It's a battle of the top two scorers in the A-Sun Conference as tonight Cameron Hunter leads his Central Arkansas Bears into Lynchburg, Virginia to take on Darius McGhee and the Liberty Flames. And with that, we welcome you inside Liberty Arena. Alongside Paul Nazigan, I'm Matt Warner. Should be a fun nightcap to this A-Sun slate here in Lynchburg. Well, let's start with these Central Arkansas Bears, 1-4 in A-Sun play, but did get their first A-Sun win on Thursday night against Queens. We talk so much about the explosive guard Cameron Hunter, but there's a lot more to this team than just him.
Yeah, they're a really good team. I mean, the Bears were clawing at the door, finally got that win, but don't be fooled. Even in their losses, I mean, they took two of the top teams in the A-Sun right to one possession in Eastern Kentucky and FGCU. It's a quality team, and the Flames better be ready. And the Flames have been playing fantastic defense, best defensive team in the A-Sun to this point. However, they're going to face a Central Arkansas squad that really wants to speed them up tonight. How do they handle that? Yeah, it'll be very interesting, that battle of pace that we like to see. But, yeah, you called it, Matt. They're playing great defense. The offense is really clicking. They want to do more of the same, but that does not just happen. You got to lace them up. You got to go out there, put in the work, be focused. They better not be taking these Bears lightly.
Let's take a look at our impact players presented by Foster Fuels. And, of course, we have to start with the aforementioned Cameron Hunter.
Sensational Cameron Hunter, the second leading scorer in the A-Sun Conference. Matt, he wears number 23, and rightfully so, because he does everything for this team. He can score, rebound, assist, steals. He's just phenomenal. He's a power guard, and it's going to really be interesting to see if he uses that size and strength of his to post up some of the smaller Liberty guards.
And for Liberty, a guy that could draw him defensively at times, we'll see, Joseph Van Zandt.
Yeah, Joseph Van Zandt is proving night in and night out. You don't have to score to have an impact on college basketball. He is a lockdown defender. He's the Flames' leading rebounder. He is just, he'll throw some lights out alley-oops up to him. When he does score, it's sensational, but look for the matchup of him and Cam Hunter. It should be one to watch.
Well, there's a look at Brock Witters, Central Arkansas assistant coach. He is filling in at the helm of this squad while Anthony Boone is out. He is out for the foreseeable future, probably the rest of the season, had emergency heart surgery. So right now it is Witters leading this team. We'll tell you more about Coach Boone here in just a moment, but a scary situation for Central Arkansas a couple of weeks back. And on the other side, Richie McKay, 10th season at Liberty. One of the best coaches certainly in all of mid-major hoops. Many would argue in all of the nation with what he's done in the turnaround that he has led here in Lynchburg with the Flames. Liberty 4-1 in A-Sun play, coming off a win against North Alabama on Thursday. They win the opening tip, and we're underway. Darius McGhee being guarded by Hunter. So we talked about him at the outset. They were locked up there for a moment as the Flames turn it over on their first possession. Hunter coming off a 33-point performance against Queens on Thursday, a career high. They needed every one of them as the Bears won by a single point. And we get a whistle going against the Bears here.
A moving screen on Cato there.
Each team commits a turnover on their first possession.
I didn't like seeing Liberty come out and turn right over. Man, you saw it got a little sloppy the other night against North Alabama.
Well, when Liberty has lost this season, a common thread has simply been the turnover. Kyle Rose going to work, kicks out. Porter left open for three. That one off the mark. Cato skying for the board. A little bit different look for this Central Arkansas team. Messiah Oluwakari out. Hurt his foot late in that win over Queens. That's the guy that gives you about 8.5 points a ball game as junior guard in a walking boot, so he's not playing. McGhee pulls up from three. That's halfway down and out. And we'll go out of bounds, staying with the Flames. Also not playing today for the Bears, Churchill Bounds, the sophomore 6'10" big man. He got sick during the day, and so he is unavailable for Central Arkansas as well, a team that has been the walking wounded all year long.
I was going to say, they must feel like an NFL team. They have an injury report every week.
They need a practice squad to keep bringing guys up from. Yeah, Darius McGhee knocks down the triple, and the Flames are on the board first. Big fella getting to the 10 and laying it in. That's Eddie Kayalud, the senior out of Paris, France.
Man, such a big guy. That was a beautiful pump fake. Took it off the dribble for the very soft finish.
This Bears squad has some interesting pieces. You watch them play, and you mentioned it, Naz, as they give it into Blake Preston, batted around and out of bounds, staying with Liberty. First, let's get to the keys to the game, Naz, and we'll talk about kind of Central Arkansas and their schedule in a moment. But
yeah,
take a look at how you break this one down.
For the Bears, they're going to need some threes. They had 15 of them in their win against Queens. If they can shoot like that tonight, they're going to be in good shape. And then their defensive rotations on Liberty shooters, they got to be moving and hustling and getting to go to those. For Liberty, it's going to be rebounding. The Bears are one of those teams, one of the top teams in the conference on getting offensive rebounds, so Flames better box out. And then I think the Liberty team is at its best when they're balancing that great three-point shooting with getting some paint touches into guys like Blake Preston and Shiloh Robinson.
And another offensive foul. Get that one.
Yeah, Kylou was leaning a little bit.
So a couple of fouls now on Central Arkansas here in the early going. Alan Porter takes the handoff, gets in the paint, now dribbles it back out. Porter, the freshman guard for Liberty, has run the show offensively for the Flames pretty much from the day he stepped on campus. Lines up a three, bang! So the Flames with 2 early triples. One of the best three-point shooting teams in the nation. As quickly at the other end, that one hoisted up and off the mark from Pierre Sapou.
And Matt, you said it like, and I like that as you're an opponent of Liberty. If you get a good look early, you got to take it. Pierre Sapou had a real nice game shooting from 3 down to Queens. I don't mind that shot that it was early in the possession for the Bears.
Mismatch down low. Blake Preston takes it up strong, up under and in. Preston got the smaller Reeves on him. He has him by about 4 inches.
Well, that's the thing to watch because this Bears team will switch, and it's kind of random. So Flames, when they see those switches, if they can recognize it, they'll be able to take advantage of it.
Reeves now has a little bit of a height advantage on the other end with Porter on him. He gives it up. Hunter being guarded by Vincent. Reeves, 3-ball. That goes down, and this is a kid that has been coming on of late. The redshirt freshman out of Tuscaloosa. Had 14 against Queens. He's averaging over 14 a game in A-Sun play.
Got a nice shot. He's got a good body, nice long arms.
That one nearly stolen away.
See, here's an interesting mismatch that's happened because of the switch. You got Kylou on Darius McGhee.
He couldn't convert off the window. The rebound taken by Pierre Sapou. Full head of steam. Lost the handle. Got it back. Leads inside, the shot up off the mark by Cato.
Wow, Pierce with a great pass to feed it through traffic to get it to Cato. He just couldn't finish.
McGhee weaving through traffic, pulls up from deep. Little strong, Preston taps it out, but right into the hands of Kylou. Reeves now, step back 3. Boy, this kid is feeling it. He is feeling it. He knocked down 4 triples in the win over Queens, and he has 2 from deep here early on.
Back to back to give the Bears a tying bucket.
He only played 9 games last year before a season-ending injury, and he has been fantastic this season. Great find. Preston leaves it off for Kyle Rode, who lays it in for 2.
It was not easy. I went through some legs and feet and hit Rode right in stride.
Cato gonna pull the trigger from deep. That's off the mark. Right now, Central Arkansas has a player from France, Australia, and Estonia all on the floor at the same time.
I had to look up where Estonia was today. I learned something.
That's good. The more you know.
Up there near Finland and Denmark. And
boy, Reeves hit the deck. Couldn't quite get the handle. Leaves McGhee open. Deep NBA range. That's too strong. Fighting for it and keeping it alive is Vincent.
As we said in the open, the leading rebounder, Vincent, just pursues that ball off the offensive glass.
Porter tried to leave it off for Vincent. Couldn't get the handle. Pierre Sapou quickly the other way. The lob to Hunter. And that's going to be a goaltend, I believe, and it is. As Blake Preston got a hand on it. So count the bucket. And we are all tied at 10 apiece. B.J. Reeves, listen, he says, you're talking about Darius McGhee shooting the 3. I can do a little bit of that as well.
Welcome back to Liberty Arena. It was a scary situation for Central Arkansas head coach Anthony Boone recently. He underwent unexpected emergency heart surgery back on January 5th. They're expecting him to be in the hospital for the next week or so, but it was a successful 6-hour-long surgery. As you can imagine, this was such a shock for this team going into Thursday night's game against Eastern Kentucky, not even knowing what was going on with their head coach. So with him out, you'll have assistant coach Brock Witters taking over those head coaching responsibilities, but the team wanted to do something in his honor while he wasn't with the team. So you'll see a number 41 jersey on Coach Boone's seat. That was his playing number in college. Also, the leading rebounder will wear number 41 the following game. Guys, this may or may not change due to some sizing issues, but overall, just a tough situation for this team. Coach Witters said adversity is either going to push us together or pull us apart, and we have one choice. It's going to bring us together.
Yeah, that 41 jersey, it was actually supposed to go to BJ Reeves here tonight, but all they have is an XL in 41. They say, you know what? I don't know if that's going to fit too well. We'll just go ahead and let Kylud wear it for another night.
Well, and BJ Reeves is wearing the right number. Number 3.
Right. Don't change anything right now for him. The way
he's hit 2 of them already.
No, but certainly our prayers with Coach Boone and hope for a speedy recovery. Just a scary situation as that one taken away and stolen by the Flames. In fact, they were telling us before the game, Coach Witters' wife is a doctor. She was there kind of waiting at the surgery and sending updates to the team and the people, kind of translating medical terminology for everybody else. So everybody really happy that he seems to be doing better as McGhee can't quite connect. Slow start for Darius, just 1 of 6 from the field. Quickly the other way, Reeves, Noah, now hitting the deck, fighting for it, looking for a tie-up. And they'll get it. Possession arrow points the way of the Bears. Darius McGhee, leading scorer in the A-Sun, struggling a bit here to get the offense going early. Reeves looks like he hit his head on the floor, kind of holding his head as he makes his way off the court. Lewis McDaniel checks in. That's the last thing they need, is somebody else getting dinged up. This has been...
Every time somebody hits the floor, they probably collectively hold their breath.
I feel like they haven't had their entire roster for a month at least. This is one guy that hasn't been there. Cooper forcing one up. Couldn't hit. Now he hits the deck hard. And they're going to call him for a travel. Cooper, this is his first A-Sun game. He hasn't played since December 28th against TCU. He's been battling turf toe. But one of their best players, and they're thrilled to get him back out on the court.
Yeah, and again, with a limited roster, you can't even let him shake the rust off. I mean, he's got to get out there and contribute, but he is certainly a capable player.
Shiloh Robinson in the ballgame, fresh off a 27-point performance on Thursday. Kyle Road misses everything. And the Flames now 2 of 8 from 3 to begin this ballgame. And there have been some kind of uncharacteristic misses here as we take a look at what Colin Cooper brings to the table.
Yeah, they are happy to get him back. 10 points and a few rebounds, and a guy who just has great athleticism. But that time we could see Kyle Rose right in front of us. He was still drifting, Matt, to his left as he was trying to release that shot. Got to go straight up.
Hunter being guarded by Brody Peebles. Spins, kicks in the lane. Catch May now in the paint. They find an open man. That doesn't fall. McDaniel, a great look from about 5 feet. Couldn't get it to go.
Good passing by the Bears, moving that ball around, making Liberty.
How about that fire? How about that find to Shiloh Robinson for 2?
Yeah, I said it a lot the other night, and here we go again. Shiloh's moving without the basketball, finding open space so teammates can find him. Great pass, great finish.
Cato gets to the free throw line, reaching in. And they're saying a foul before the tie-up. So a foul going on. We're going to get Isaiah Warfield for the reach-in. Darius McGhee finding Shiloh Robinson a moment ago. McGhee 5 assists against North Alabama on Thursday.
Yeah, we talk about his court vision and passing, but that time Shiloh was kind of pinned behind the bigger Crawford. But he moves to an open space, and Darius threaded the needle.
Reeves back on the floor, wastes no time hoisting one up. Left that one a little short. For the Flames, they like to slow things down a little bit, be a little bit more methodical offensively. We've already seen Central Arkansas. They want to try to push the tempo.
Yeah, they pushed the tempo, but they've gotten good shots out of it.
Oh, not sure where Robinson was throwing that one. It's picked off by Hunter. A little hesitation, gets to the free throw line, pulls up, and a whistle and a foul going against Liberty, much to the dismay of Richie McGhee. So a couple of free throws from Hunter on the other side. Liberty with a narrow 2-point lead with 11:41 to go in the first. This presentation of college basketball brought to you by Foster Fuels, Turn Up the Heat, and by Carter Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Well, I told you about Central Arkansas Thursday night, locked in a tight one on the road against Queens. And Central Arkansas, they trailed by 10 in the first half, battled back, ended up leading for much of the second half, and then things got really tight down the stretch. One big defensive stop late would seal it for the Bears as they win at 92-91. The 92 points, the most they've scored against a D1 opponent this season.
Yeah, and road victories in conference, hard to come by. Yeah. They really fought. And again, a big chunk of that was the 15 threes they hit. And again, they've hit a couple already in this game. And if you can pair that with some of the other pieces together, that really makes them complete. So, again, we got a good one here already, man.
Yeah, no kidding. And you talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
This was a team that lost in overtime to Florida Gulf Coast. A game that they led by 4 points in the final seconds, and a foul on a made three-pointer. A 4-point play is what allowed FGCU to end up winning that one. And then you turn around and you play Eastern Kentucky, and a couple of nights later, you fall by just 2. Those are 2 of the better teams in the league, and they were right there with them.
Yeah, so when we say, we sort of said this the other night, when you look at conference records, and we'll talk about some of the other games that went on today, but you can sort of ignore some of that, because on any given night, you better show up and play tough, because you might get an L.
I think people kind of roll their eyes sometimes when we say that.
They're better than their record.
But listen,
yeah,
there's some talent throughout this conference, and we've seen it. You catch a team on the wrong night, and they can put you away.
Yeah, and look, a team like Central Arkansas here. I mean, they've been struggling with injuries, without having their whole team, and again, without their head coach. So they're going to battle through some of that, but you talk about they're a capable team and some really strong individuals on that team. There's one right there.
Pass picked off by Hunter. Hangs, doesn't get the roll, but gets his own rebound, and then has his pocket picked. Still loose over the deck. Yelling for a timeout is Hunter, and I believe he got it. Thing was like a greased pig, just squirting at her hands left and right.
Hunter got a shot, he got his own rebound, and he ends up back here at the three-point line, getting the loose ball.
Listen, at the same time, Coach Witter's probably saying, guys, we can't afford any more injuries. Everybody diving on the floor, let's just take it easy.
Yeah, well, nice job by Hunter, jumping the route, can't finish, sticks his nose in there, gets the offensive rebound, and yeah, nobody could just grab that thing. And
about 3 different times, it looked like it was secured.
And you watch those football games, you're like, just fall on it. It's right there, but easier said than done.
6 laterals and all that. Yeah, there might have been a forward pass there somewhere.
Even a round ball is kind of hard to grab when you're diving on the floor, but good hustle by the Bears. They keep it.
Trailing by 1 here midway through the first half. Throwing to the backcourt. Hunter tracks it down. Won just over 17 points a ball game. And he is a tank. You talk about him as a power guard. I mean, you see just the way he is built. Waves off the screen, step back 3. Missed. Left it short.
And there's that matchup we talked about with Van Zandt guarding Hunter. And that's great offense against great defense.
McGhee weaving through traffic, gets to the rim and lays it in with the soft touch.
Yeah. I like that. And again, he doesn't need shooting tips from me, but you miss a couple from long range, and they're out pressuring you. Take it off the dribble, and nice finish, close to the rim,
and certainly he's explosive enough to do that when he wants to. Tough look as Johan Crawford tried to score over the top of Robinson.
Full head of steam. I think Warfield kind of got in there with the help as well.
Again, McGhee getting to the rim, draws the foul, and he is down.
Yeah, he took a forearm across the nose there.
Well, Flames fans know McGhee has shown at times this year. Been a little dinged up. Go back a couple of games ago at Eastern Kentucky. He was not quite himself. And yeah, just took one right across the face.
Yeah,
PJ Reeves got it.
PJ Reeves. Look at that, weaving through three guys. Nice crossover, soft finish. But again, so much attention on him outside at the.
I think Richie McKay is trying to get him to take a look at that.
He blew the whistle before he shot it.
You know, anytime a guy gets hit up around the head or neck area.
Reeves took a wild swing at it, but he certainly was trying to play the ball.
I agree.
And I think they're, even if they kind of do look at this, I think it's going to be clearly, it's a basketball play.
You know, they err on the side of caution when it comes to these things, and I'm not sure.
Clean or not, Darius is saying, man, I took a shot to the nose.
Ooh. Well, listen, and Richie McKay has said this. If you're playing Darius McGhee, and we've seen it around the A-Sun, like, one of the ways that you approach defending him is be as physical as you can. McGhee, that 5'9" frame, that's the way teams try to slow him down. Get up and you know, maybe have a hard foul or two.
He's taken some hard hits this year, and there's one of them. But you know, he had his elbow dinged up.
Yep.
He got his foot stomped on a couple games back, and I don't know, knee to the thigh or something. You know, his hamstring was giving him trouble. So yeah, I mean, people are trying to bang him and run him off that three-point line. So I know coaches like you gotta protect them.
Yeah, you understand the approach if you're trying to slow him down. But somehow, some way, he's found a way to weather most of it and fight through it.
Yeah. And again, just as far as strategy, again, you're out on a guy like that. I know they're playing, you know, a man and a half with help. So I like Darius's mindset of trying to go off the dribble.
Not unnecessary.
So we just heard from the official, not unnecessary contact. So just a common foul. So a couple of free throws still coming to Darius McGhee. Yeah, and as you said, I think that was the right call. It's still a physical game. You can't take that out of this game.
Yeah, and I think you could really see by Reeves' reaction. You know, he went swinging at the ball and he hits him across the face. That's not what he's trying to do.
So McGhee to the free throw line, hits the first. McGhee on the season, he talks so much about his three-point shooting. He is right at 90% from the free throw line. Really put the broadcaster jinx. I really, you know.
You were in full sentence right there, Matt. I should have elbowed you.
Cato holds the top of the key. He had a nice game the other night, too, at Queens. I mean, you score 92, typically you have a lot of guys that have found success on the offensive end. Hunter driving, can't connect, ball pops out of there. Everybody looking at the officials, and it'll stay with Central Arkansas.
Hunter and Ben Zant.
You got some high-level athletes going at it there, huh?
They sure are.
Hunter's like a running back, and Ben Zant like a safety coming up to meet him in the hole. Cato lowers the shoulder, hangs, and gets the friendly roll. Elias Cato, the sophomore out of Queensland, Australia.
Yeah, good size, good length on that.
7 rebounds against Queens. That was his first game back after missing 3 games with an ankle injury. Just one of the guys.
Right.
Cato, Pierre Sapu, both guys that had missed games here recently. And get a whistle underneath. They're going to get a foul going against Central Arkansas. And they do.
It's on the pass, so it'll be on the floor.
Call that one on Hunter. Just grabbing the arm there of Shiloh Robinson. Robinson thought about the 3, gives it up.
You're seeing some of this switching by the Bears. Here's Porter on Kyle.
Gets him in the paint, kicks it out, open 3 coming for Kyle Rose. That goes down. The patience of Porter to kind of let that develop ends up freeing up Rhodes. Cato top of the key. Get inside to the big man, Kailu. Back out, Cato will launch. And he hits.
Back-to-back shots. Big three right there by Cato.
Well, they made 15 of them on Thursday. And, you know, you have a performance like that, everybody's feeling confident right beyond the arc. That one deflected. Great catch by Robinson. He was open, but it was partially deflected and able to stab it with one hand.
Yeah, kept his eyes on it, reeled it in, and just had to turn and lay it in.
And now an offensive foul once again as they get Cato. Second time he's at that moving screen. There's that three a moment ago.
Yeah, see, you had Flames, Kyle Rode dropped down to help on Kailu and just couldn't recover in time. And good, really good catch by Shiloh. I think he was spinning. And
going back to that 27 Shiloh Robinson scored on Thursday. First player not named Darius McGhee to score 27 or more since Caleb Holmesley did back in 2020.
There's another name of the icons of the Liberty program these last few years.
Late shot clock situation. The scoop from Porter. The kiss off the window.
I lost sight of him, Matt. He went in amongst the purple trees there, came out the other side and laid it off the glass softly.
Liberty's largest lead now. It's up to 7. Reeves trying to cut into it. And, oh, my goodness. This kid is stroking it. 3 threes for BJ Reeves.
Here's Sapu, knew exactly who to get it to. Again, a quick shot, one pass into the offensive possession, but that's what you got to do against Liberty. You get a good look, you got to take it, especially if you got the hot hand like BJ Reeves.
More pass from Shiloh Robinson, picked off by Cato. Weaving through traffic, looking for Reeves, finds him, step back, contested three, left that one short, but Cato gets the offensive board. And they'll reset.
Yeah, I made rebounding a key. Again, for a team that's not really super in size, they do a good job of running down some offensive rebounds. Although that time they don't convert it.
Robinson able to get a hand in there. 6 turnovers now for Central Arkansas. Flames have committed 5 turnovers here in the first half. Rode, drives now looking for help. Kicks it out to Porter. Left alone on the wing. Sets, fires, hits. 8 first half points for Colin Porter.
Yeah, he caught that ball outside of himself. He took just a little extra time to gather, get his feet under him. Colin Porter.
And Cato is down and hurt. He's being tended to by that Central Arkansas staff. They can not afford another injury. That Flames 3 put them up 7. Well, Central Arkansas trails Liberty by 7, but right now the bigger issue is the loss of Elias Cato. Take a look. Right side of your screen, number 25, that ankle right there. And we mentioned that he had missed 3 games with an ankle injury earlier this month.
Yeah, that's the leg that's wrapped, and he's wearing that sleeve. And now here's the thing, like, you know, looking at that and having several of those over the course of my playing days, like that's one where it feels at the moment like, oh my goodness, my ankle's broken. But a lot of times, you know, you walk on it. You saw his sock off. They'll probably tape him up real quickly, real tight. I will not be surprised, and I hope he's back on the court here in a few minutes.
Certainly, yeah. Didn't put a lot of weight on the ankle as he made his way up. Wasn't they always say, like, oh, don't take off your shoe, tighten it up even more. I don't know if that's still what trainers prescribe to, but back in the day, that.
Yeah, I think they get it off quick because you can see he was not taped. I'm sure they're going to put some tape on that. Nice give and go by Kailu and Hunter there.
Now going on Shiloh Robinson. Number 2 on Shiloh. Eddie Kailu, the senior out of Paris, France, earlier this year. And just the 9th Central Arkansas player to top 1,500 points. And wearing that number 41, as we mentioned, in honor of Coach Anthony Boone, who was out after emergency heart surgery. 41 was the number Boone wore as a player at Ole Miss. It's actually a number that's retired there. So they're doing that to honor him. They're going to do that for the rest of the season. And who better to wear it than Big Eddie?
One of the best rebounders in Central Arkansas history.
Porter kicks it out to Rowe in the corner. He'll hand off to McGhee. Left open, a little bit of space, left it long. Preston the rebound, puts it up, bucket and the foul.
Wow, great rebound by Preston. And he saw on the other side of the backboard was the smaller Hunter. So one dribble, wraparound lay-in, really nice touch. Gets himself in position here. Just a quick glance, sees the smaller man. Nice finish on the opposite side by Big Blake Preston.
Then they got Reeves on the foul. And so that's number 2 on him. Preston goes to the line. And gets the free throw to fall. 5 early points for Blake Preston to go on with 3 rebounds. Not sure about the ability of Zach Cleveland. He was not available on Thursday for Liberty. He was out sick. He is on the bench and dressed out. Went through some warm-ups. So we'll see if they end up turning to him at some point. As that 3 off the mark, and the Flames have a chance now to stretch their lead. Lob down low to Preston. Goes up strong and draws the foul. Great pass ahead as he had Johan Crawford kind of sealed off.
Yeah, and Porter floated that thing right on the money. Crawford had the foul, but that was going to be a real nice finish again by Preston.
Look where he threw this pass from.
I mean, he's at 3/4 court and puts that thing on a dime.
Hard foul there. Crawford, hey, you get your money's worth. Yeah. So Preston the line for a couple. Misses that one. Been a challenge this year at the free throw strike for Blake, shooting just under 40%. And he went around twice, but goes down. So he gets 1 of 2. Preston inserted in the starting lineup a couple of weeks ago. In case they know he's been trending upwards for a while, and he's like, his physicality and rebounding is something that can really help us, and we've seen that be the case really since he got inserted into the lineup.
Tough drive, spin move by Hunter right there. You could see his power and strength is on display on that one. He needed a basket.
Porter whips it to the corner. McGhee fading away, and it rims out. Darius now just 2 of 9 from the field. And he's had some clean looks.
Yeah, he really has. Another great find by Porter.
Crawford,
corner there.
Leans in, doesn't get that one to fall. Porter kind of weaving through traffic, going underneath the hoop, and McGhee just moving too quick, and he's grabbing his right hand now. Like, that one may have kind of caught a finger awkwardly or jammed it as it.
Yeah, I think one of the Bears deflected it, and I think it hit Darius's finger, jammed it a little bit, and then off of Liberty.
Another look. Let's see, that might have been
Porter got a little.
Piercepool. Yep, just did get enough of it. And anybody that's played basketball knows that feeling. It's not a good one. Piercepool.
Maybe that'll correct it.
Maybe so. Piercepool gets it to go off the window. He said he's an energy guy.
He is. You can see. He's got a little sneer going all the time. He's fiery.
Get out of Estonia. Played for the national team. That's as Porter lines up another one. And boy, he is feeling it. What a first half for Colin Porter.
And I like the fact. I'm sorry, Matt. Yeah, I like the fact that Darius is struggling a little bit. We talked about his confidence.
This one picked off. McGhee thought about the 3, now drives, and they're going to get the block going against Piercepool.
Not a bad foul with Darius with a full head of steam.
Well, it'll get us to a timeout. Liberty leading by 10. McGee's had a little bit of a hard time getting the offense going, but Porter picking him up. Flames lead it by 10, just under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. And the first half for the freshman guard, Colin Porter. Get out of Ashland, Kentucky. We talk so much about his poise, his ability to run the offense. It's been his scoring here tonight that has stood out. 11 first half points.
Yeah, always just great vision and great passing. But, you know, Darius has been a little off. so far, and Colin has stepped up, man. It's been great to see him come into this program and be a distributor first, and then, okay, if the shot's there, I'll take it. Now he's looking for his shot. He's actively looking for it, and he is really a great shooter. Big tonight, 11 points already.
Yeah, we talked about it Thursday. That game a little, less than a week ago against EKU. Another game where Darius McGhee was dinged up, wasn't himself, and you saw Porter become more aggressive on the offensive end. Look for his shot more, and we're seeing him do that successfully here tonight. I know Emily Austin was over there near that Central Arkansas huddle. Emily, what's going on?
Yeah, Cato, an update on him. You know, like you said, no weight walking off. I'm no doctor, but that ankle looks pretty swollen. His right ankle was already wrapped. He's still in the trainer's table over there with his ankle elevated. He's flexing it forward and backward. Moving very slowly. Looks like we'll have an update at halftime on his status moving forward.
Thank you, Emily. Yeah, certainly a guy they want to get back out on the court if they can.
Yeah, he was having some success. We saw him hit a 3 and a 2 as well.
And another kind of long body, you know, 6'8". The drive. Hunter takes the contact and finishes through it. And Zant gave him a little bump. It's going to take more than that to slow down Cameron Hunter.
I was going to say, that's where that big body comes in. You know, you're moving off the drive. You can take the hit. It's still finished off with the finish. Real, man, he is a handful.
He was the ASUN Freshman of the Year a season ago. Started all 30 games as a true freshman.
At 33 last week. I mean,
just a stud.
Explode.
Al Rowe to the top of the key. Reeves ran into him. Reeves needs to be careful. He has 2. McGhee drives. Look at that body control. Stops. Straight up. Pogo sticks straight up and then lays it in.
Yeah, no chance of taking the charge on that one.
Flames have made 9 of their last 11 shot attempts. Getting almost 55% now from the field. Pierre Sapu launching the high archer that goes down.
Yeah, that time Colin Porter sagged in just a little bit too much to help in the paint. Couldn't recover. Because Pierre Sapu was out with a deep one. Nice shot by 22 in purple.
Porter backs it out. Now McGhee has the bigger player on and gives it to Vincent. And he's hit and dropped. Good to see him pop up quickly. Darius McGhee, we talked about, it's been a little bit of a struggle. 3 of 10 from the field. He does have 11 points. He's gotten to the line 4 times, so he has found a way to contribute. And then a big 3. Right now, you're Central Arkansas. You know this last 2:39.
Yes, you've got to
stay within shouting range. And so that 3 ball was very important a moment ago. And Zant to the free throw line now, shooting 1 and 1. And he gets the first to fall. And Zant not scoring a lot. In fact, in ASUN play just over 3 points a ball game. We talked about his defense really being the key. One area, though, this season he has fared well. You know what? I started to say it. He had shot over 73% from the free throw line. The second one doesn't go, and now a foul committed by Kyle Rose.
But no, you're right. He's been really great from the free throw line. And then again, defense and rebounding. I'm telling you, there is a place for you on whatever team you're playing for if you'll play defense and rebound. And that's what he does. Lead the Flames in rebounding. He's ready to just lock somebody down every night.
Hunter trying to post up Vincent there. Was knocked out of bounds. He'll stay with the Bears. And that's something you talked about. Like, how would this power guard and Hunter try to take advantage at times if he got matched up with one of Liberty's smaller guards?
Yeah, I think at any chance they can, they're going to try to keep, you know, Zay Warfield or Joe Van Zandt on Hunter rather than McGhee or Porter.
Again, there's a switch. Blows by Kyle Lou, goes to the left hand and lays it in. Fucking the foul.
Yeah, I know they're, you know, the element of surprise and some of these switches are kind of random. That's the way they play. We'll have to see if they make adjustments, but Got Kylud out there trying to stop Darius McGhee off the dribble.
Yeah, I think the element of surprise is more on the face of the defender who sees Darius McGhee turn on the Jets. McGhee converts the three-point play, up to 14 points here in the first half. McGhee last year had 34 against the Bears. One of his 8 30-point games in a Flames uniform.
And it doesn't always have to be threes. I mean, a nice steal right
here. He had it. Hunter takes it back and now throws it away. Picked off by Warfield. Full head of steam, now he'll pull it out. Roll, pump fake, spinning, fading away. Oh, follow nearly goes. Vincent had a hand on it. Couldn't quite tap it in.
I'm so impressed how he just finds a way to get to that ball off the offensive glass.
McDaniel trying to drive. Now looking for help. Finds its way to Hunter. He'll launch. Too strong. Rebound chased down by McGhee. Spins off a defender. In rhythm. Kicks it out. Gives it right back to him. And he'll launch. Well, the body's just colliding in midair. That one deflected out of bounds. And it will go back to Central Arkansas. Well, there were about 4 players all just meeting at the rim. It's getting physical down there. Cameron Hunter, I think he likes it that way. He's built for that.
Well, it's been physical, but it's been clean.
Yeah.
And you love seeing that. College. Oh.
Hunter let it go. He and Cooper now on the same page. You can understand it. They haven't played together.
Yeah, Cooper went to cut.
For a month.
Just trying to get some movement in that offense, and that's one you wish you had a string on it. Pull it back.
1 minute to go here in the first half.
Cooper face guarding Darius. Not going to get him a look until last possession here.
Rowe kicks it out. Pump fake. McGhee drives by 2 defenders and lays it off the window for 2. You're seeing McGhee kind of, with his struggles from 3, 1 of 7 tonight, he's kind of changing his game plan a little bit.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get to halftime, regroup, reset your mind. And he's been successful off the dribble, so you can't fault him that way.
Daughtry. And he's whistled for the foul. The push-off. Called Daughtry Jr.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive. Trying to get Kylud running at him. Off the dribble, soft touch. Finding other ways to score.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, this close-in stuff is pretty easy.
Yeah, why don't I do this more often? Yeah. Shot clock turned off. Flames can hold for the last one. Everybody in the building expecting number 2 to get his hands on it before it's all said and done. Porter now leaves it off, nearly bobbled and lost. Now they kick it back out to Porter. Got to get it up, goes into traffic. No, the tap, no. And the Flames come up empty to end the first half. So after all that, Liberty will head to the locker room, leading 43-29. The Flames shoot an even 50% from the field in half number 1. As our Emily Austin is catching up now with Liberty head coach Richie McKay.
Coach McKay, physical first half. Why do you like your team when it comes to a physical ball game?
We have a great strength coach, Rob Hornet, and I think our guys are prepared physically, conditioning, strength-wise. Is that one of your questions on there? Did you write that down?
I have a few. Don't want you to get a head start on this next one, though. Talk about Darius McGhee's versatility in his game. You know, not really shooting the ball well, so he changes up his game plan, driving to the basket much more.
He's always shooting the ball well. I just think sometimes it doesn't go in. But Darius has got an unbelievable ability to get it to the rim, too. That helps our offense. So I hope he keeps doing that. Is that all your questions?
You want one more, or have a good one, Coach? Guys?
That's what I say, too, now. I'm always shooting the ball well. It just doesn't always go in.
Yours a lot fewer than Darius.
That's for sure. Hey, first half stats and highlights when we return to Lynchburg. Halftime at Liberty Arena. Liberty on top of Central Arkansas, 43-29. Alongside Paul Naskin, I'm Matt Warner. And as we talk so much, and for good reason, about Darius McGhee and his shooting ability, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc, and yet you look up and you think, you know, if you're on the other side, you're like, oh, we hold them to 1 of 7. We're in good shape. You look up and Liberty's still in control of this one. Kind of shows maybe the depth they have offensively and how some guys have rounded into form scoring the basketball.
Yeah, depth and other guys getting involved, but yeah, a good offensive half, but it shows their versatility.
Yeah.
You know, they don't solely rely on the 3. You saw points in the paint. They've got 20 already. Some of those posts, some of those penetrations, so they're finding ways to score. And Central Arkansas, not out of this thing by any means. Cam Hunter, always a threat, good half. They've hit some threes, and their pace has helped them a little bit too.
Well, certainly this is a great game here tonight, but a huge one earlier in the day here in the A-Sun. You had Stetson, unbeaten in conference play, taking on Eastern Kentucky. And I can tell you there are no unbeaten in the A-Sun any longer.
Welcome back to the group, Stetson.
Listen, going on the road to Eastern Kentucky, ask these Flames. That is no easy task. And EKU put it on the Hatters today. 85-70. Michael Moreno leading the way with 21 points. How about that performance?
Yeah, they like to play fast. They like to fire those threes. And when they are falling, you can see how good they could be. Beating Stetson by 15.
Let's take a look at the A-Sun scoreboard. Some other big games around the league here today. Queens, a big bounce back win. Kennesaw State was down 8 or 9 at the half and just blew the doors off North Florida.
Yeah, and look at this score right here. Bellarmine over FGCU. Matt, we keep saying it. Listen, you better believe us when we say it. Night in, night out. This conference has great parity, and you better get ready to play or you may wind up on the losing end.
Just when you think you figured it out, you haven't figured it out. Take a look at the A-Sun standings. So this is the way it shapes up right now. Should Liberty hold on and win here tonight, you would have a 4-way tie atop the conference at 5-1. How about that?
Yeah, and then a bunch of teams right there on the fence at 3-3. So, man, a long way to go. We don't want to jump too far ahead. You better take it one night at a time.
Abs, that's spoken like a true coach, Naz.
I've been around Coach McKay.
Yeah, that's right. A-Sun news and notes. So Joe Lenardi, Joey Brackens.
That's right.
He had Stetson as the representative from the A-Sun in his latest bracketology, a 15 seed in the Midwest. Now, keep in mind, obviously they just take whoever's at the top of the standings at the time, but a 15 seed coming out of the A-Sun, so we shall see how that shakes.
Well, that's good. I mean, again, if Joe Lenardi's thinking that the A-Sun is a 15, that's good. We tell you there's really good teams. Whoever comes out of the A-Sun is going to give somebody some fits.
Yeah, Jacksonville, you see they're in 7th in D1 in fouls per game.
Fouls per game.
And then Garrett Tipton, your player of the week. Bellarmine, as you mentioned, another big win today. So they're playing really well. Some other notes from around the country in college basketball. How about the shakeup in the top 5? 13 different teams. You love the parity. We always say it come tournament time. We're certainly seeing it here early in the college basketball season as well.
Things feel right that Houston is now back up at the top. Look at that. First time since 82, 83. Oh, man, that speaks to my heart, man.
Before I was born.
Come on.
And then the Big 12, a gauntlet, as we've touched on before, but 5 teams inside the AP Top 25. All right, when we come back, highlights, stats, we'll also catch up with Brock Witters as well. You're watching A-Sun Basketball on ESPN+. 43-29, Liberty leads at halftime here in Lynchburg. And as we open the broadcast with it, talking about this battle, this scoring battle between BJ Reeves and Colin Porter. And that's what we all came to see. No, we were talking about Hunter and McGhee, but it was some other guys that really stepped up in the first half as we take a look at some of the highlights here from the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, now McGhee and Hunter did their share of scoring, but again, when you're focused on, you got to have a supporting cast, and both these teams do. Porter really looking for a shot, hit a couple big threes. Paint was big for Liberty. I made it one of my keys. They're finding it on touches, and there you go. BJ Reeves, 3 threes.
Now, where would they have been without his offensive outburst there in the first half? But yeah, points in the paint, 20 of them for the Flames. Found a way. Not that they weren't shooting threes, but it certainly seemed like there was more of an emphasis on getting to the rim there in the first half.
Here's Sapu getting into the action with a 3 there. Again, I like Central Arkansas's pace. They've pushed it. They've taken some shots. early in possessions and have hit some. And again, Liberty just finding something a little bit different on ways to score tonight.
Yeah, 10 turnovers in the first half for Central Arkansas. That's an area that they certainly need to clean up as we take a look at our first half stats presented by Carter Bank and Trust.
Yeah, and I think Central Arkansas would take that 5 in the first half. Liberty a little bit down, but right here, points in the paint for Liberty. That's huge. Again, they're finding it with some post play, but also with penetrations. A lot of those from Darius.
All right, so when we come back, Emily Austin will catch up with Brock Witters, acting head coach for Central Arkansas. Liberty leading at the break 43-29, second half coming up.
About to tip off between the Bears and the Flames for half number 2 here with Brock Witters. Coach, what kind of adjustments do you guys need to make defensively in the second half to get back in this one?
Yes, obviously we got to pick things up on the defensive end. You know, the first media timeout, we came out with 4 deflections. Okay, we got to get back to that. We got to get back in passing lanes. We got to make it difficult for them to move the ball. You
told me at shoot-around this morning, in order to beat the Flames, you guys, the ball could not stop moving. How happy are you with the ball movement in the first?
You know, I think we've done a pretty good job. I like the first 10 minutes of the ball movement. Hopefully we can pick it back up a little bit. We talked about some things at halftime. Hopefully we can create some ball movement.
Status on Cato. Looked like he came out with an ankle injury. Is he available in the second?
You know, we'll find out. He's actually in the locker room right now trying to get it done. He's a warrior, and if he can go, I know he'll be out there.
Thanks for your time. Best of luck in the second half. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, thank you to Emily. Thank you to Coach Witters. And listen, this staff, they've had to take on a lot here unexpectedly. If you just joined us, their head coach, Anthony Boone, and emergency heart surgery, probably out for the rest of this year as he continues to heal up from that, and thankfully he's on the mend. But you get that thrown at you as a young staff for the most part, and you're trying to kind of sort through that and coach your team and keep them locked in, and it's a lot to handle.
Yeah, I mean, a few weeks ago, Lipscomb came in and they were without Coach Acuff.
That's right.
But that was a short-term thing.
Like one game, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, to know that your head coach won't be back for you, that's a lot on those guys. But you know, they're handling it, and then the injuries, like you can't even get your full team and get some momentum. Again, Cato, you heard from Coach there. Cato still is going to try to give it a go if he can, but I mean, that's kind of stuff you just hope kind of pays off. The toughness and kind of grinding through when you do get everybody back. You hope it she results.
Well, one of those assistant coaches is John Cranford. He is in his 4th year with Central Arkansas. He spent 3 seasons with Liberty. He was a student manager. There he is, right there in the middle of your screen.
Right there. There's John.
Yeah, 3 seasons as student manager for Liberty. He graduated from Liberty, and he actually was with Liberty, the program, when they won their NCAA tournament game. And so this is like a homecoming for him. In fact, he told me he's getting married. He's engaged. That last night, 2 guys on Liberty's staff, Director of Ops Sam Thomas and Assistant Coach Joe Pierre, he asked them if they would be in his wedding and asked Joe Pierre if he'd be his best man. And so he gets to come back. He's like, there's a lot of emotions. He said, I'm telling you, the time I spent with Coach McKay has changed my life, and I still think about those things that we learned while we were here. Look at that.
Yeah, John, he is well thought of here. I'm glad he came over, got to talk to us a little bit. But, you know, he said, Naz, I've been able to work under 2 incredible head coaches. Yeah. Coach McKay, Coach Boone. I mean, it's like, he's like, man, I'm blessed. So it was nice to wish him well at his upcoming wedding and everything. So good seeing you again, John.
Yeah, good to have him back in the building, back on campus for a little bit. So we are set to begin half number 2. Flames starting off with the basketball. Here's the right up in the short.
I like him.
He said you had 11 in the first half, but I'd hope to change that here in the second. Make it a little more difficult.
Brings a little fire and that skill.
Door cut, and just when you try to really get up in Darius McGhee, he does that and pulls the rug out from under you.
Again, you saw the Bears off that make, get that ball up the court really quick. Didn't get a shot, but that's the kind of pace that I think you need. It plays into how they like to play.
Colin Cooper, let's see if they can get him going in the second.
Oh, good ball movement right there.
Kylud, good hands to hang on to that one and lay it in.
Yeah, Cooper to Hunter to Kylud. Look at Kylud for a big body. He's got really good movement, good feet.
Left road wide open from 3, and he makes them pay.
And Matt, you and I were talking a little bit over halftime. Sometimes I think their switches, they get a little bit of miscommunication. kind of looked like that there. He left Kyle Rode wide open.
Here's Sapu on the wing. Try to drive it. Hangs, couldn't get it to go. Had an angle, just couldn't quite lay it in.
Yeah, strong move, forced it up and through Colin Porter, but doesn't fall.
Flames looking in the post, now Rode will drive, give it up, corner three.
You got Kirsapu.
Yeah, Blake Preston ended up throwing Kirsapu to the ground, so he draws the whistle. Blake pleading his case right now. That's his first foul. There's a look at Elias Cato. Left the game with an ankle injury early. Had 5 points in the first half before the injury. And we'll see if he ends up trying to make his way back. Actually, looks like he's in flip-flops over there. So that may tell you the story. Tough bucket leaning in for Cameron Hunter. He has 10.
Bringing some full court pressure here.
Well, that's one thing that Liberty has been great at under Richie McKay. Yeah. No matter what style opponent they play, they end up kind of dictating things.
Yeah, a lot of teams try to speed them up, but very few are successful, even with full court pressure.
Rode pulls up, no. Batted off the backboard. Kyle pulls it. And Zant tried to get a hand in there, but the Bears come away with it. Here's Sapu, knifing his way towards the rim as it go off his knee and out of bounds back to Liberty. Here's Sapu, and he's another one of those guys, national team experience, and he plays a tough brand of basketball.
He really does. He's a hard-nosed kid. I really like him. And tonight he got kind of a last-minute insertion into the starting lineup, coming off having the hot hand down there at Queens, and yeah, he just makes things happen. Great distributor.
Lob inside to Preston. Easy lay-in.
Yeah, made it look easy again. Tough pass. Blake did a nice job of holding his seal, bringing the basketball in and soft finish.
8 points for Blake Preston tonight. Now the three ball, a little bit too strong for Kyle. He can shoot it from there. There's now a whistle going against the Flames. Kyle, you look at him and you just think, boy, this guy must just be a bruiser.
You think defensive end.
Yeah, right. He shoots like 42% from three.
Yeah, you can just see the way he moves. He's got good feet.
Open look, no, the rebound.
Hustle,
saved by Cooper. Central Arkansas, now Kirsapu driving. The soft touch off the window, the bucket and the foul. Kirsapu just keeps on coming.
Took it right at Preston, took the body. Hit to the body and finished.
Oh, boy, we told you, he missed 2 games with a shoulder injury. Just came back on Thursday. That is not hampering his aggressiveness at all. And then he follows it up, and was that in the cylinder? No, they say no.
No call, so how he goes all the way down the lane. No one boxed him out.
So Kirsapu turns it into a 4-point play. Porter left open on the wing. He buries the triple.
Yeah, Porter is just in rhythm.
4 of 5 from deep. He's got 14. That matches a career high. And now he backs that one right back to Kirsapu. Thought about it, launched it, hits it.
And Kirsapu has brought the fire, brought some scoring out of the locker room.
These 2 freshman guards going at it. This has been fun.
They're stealing the spotlight, Matt, from the guys we talked about.
Kyle Rode gonna back down Cooper. Kicks out, Zant gonna try to drive. Now hands off to Porter, will take his turn. Up, under, tried to find it off the window. No, Preston the offensive board. A lot of contact, ball comes out, and quickly the other way comes Hunter. Spinning into traffic. He hits the floor hard as it goes out of bounds to Liberty. And now all eyes on Cameron Hunter. Is he okay?
Out of bounds, officials timeout for an injury.
Boy, we have had a number of guys that have hit the floor hard tonight. It has been physical getting to the rim. And Central Arkansas, we told you about their injury history this year. They hope it's not getting worse. We'll step aside. Liberty on top by 13. There's a look at Cameron Hunter. He was a little wobbly getting up after landing hard. Looked like his head maybe hit the floor when he came down. So we'll see what his status is going forward. Here's what he's done tonight. We told you, second leading scorer in the ASUN Conference. 10 points tonight, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He's done it all for this team as he usually does.
Yeah, I mean, you saw him mixing it up and he ended up on the floor. He's diving for loose balls, hustling, taking contact. Even when he scores, he's ended up on the floor. So, tough kid. He's got the body to handle it, but yeah, he got up there after that one and I saw him take a deep breath. I think he just needed some time to clear some cobwebs, but I know he's going to be out here quickly.
The Flames come away with the basketball. Kyle Rhodes down the post kick to back out to McGhee. Rises up, leaves it short, fight for the board, and it's going to go back to Central Arkansas. McGhee now 1 of 9 from three-point range as you take a look at Hunter's numbers here tonight.
Yeah, that's saying at the open. I mean, he does everything, right? I mean, there's a half, 10, 3, and 4 with a half to go, and the guy just multifaceted. Not big three-point shooter, certainly has capability, but man, loves going off the dribble and using that body.
Here's Sapu. Lays it in, they wave it off, say the foul on the floor as Hunter prepares to check back in. That's a good sign.
Yeah, right now, the last few minutes have been all Kirsapu.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit the 3, but he's really made things happen off the dribble.
Bears have made 6 of 10 shots here in the second half. Here's Sapu again, thinking about launching. And he will, after a lot of thought. Maybe should have thought a little bit longer as that one misses everything. So hard after you kind of double clutch, think about it. Johan Crawford subs in now for Central Arkansas. McGhee weaves through the defenders, gets to the rim. That's too easy. 20 points now for Darius, and an offensive foul called on Kirsapu. Isaiah Warfield running stride for stride with him, and Kirsapu gave him just that little bit of a nudge and sent him flying.
Yeah, both guys were at full speed.
Richie McKay yelling at the official saying that's not a basketball play. He wants an intentional foul, and this crowd is letting Kirsapu hear it.
Yeah, and he's bringing it on. He's waving to him. He loves it.
And they may take a look at this one. Here it is right here. Just kind of throws that shoulder into his chest. And so Richie McKay will get his request. He wanted them to take a look at it. Both teams fired up right now. And much of this crowd on its feet as it's getting feisty in Liberty Arena. It has been physical throughout.
Yeah, it's been physical, and there's nothing wrong with that. Up until the last couple minutes, I guess we've moved into maybe a little chippiness.
Yeah, thanks to the Goodyear blimp for providing that shot.
And Zay Warfield goes flying about 25 feet.
They just showed it here on the video board in the arena.
Yeah.
The crowd reacts the way you would expect.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to
crowd to react.
I'm glad I don't have to make the call on this one. But hey, I mean, look, both teams are fighting.
Right, and I'll say this: you're a program without your head coach, and you're Brock Witters. I'm thrilled.
Yes.
You're coming in to the team that's run this conference for the last 4 years, and you want your guys to stand toe-to-toe with them.
And you're wounded, and you're without players.
That's right.
Your only hope is to keep fighting and fighting hard. So yeah, you know, that's your only chance going into hostile territory like this. So again, you don't want bad plays, you don't want dirty play, but there is nothing wrong with guys going out there trying to do what they can to win. And here's a competitor. He's a fiery guy. We're going to get an explanation here from the officials.
All right, so it's a common foul.
Common foul.
And also because Coach McGhee requested them to review, and they didn't change it, he is charged a timeout. So he's charged a 30-second timeout on top of it. So a second time they have gone to the monitor, and both times have come away believing it was a common foul. Here's a big smile on his face. He is eating this up.
Yes, he is. Some guys love that.
Absolutely.
Some guys love being the villain. And maybe here's a proof.
McGhee handles the basketball. Flames lead by 15. McGhee again weaving through defenders. Kicks to the corner. They swing it to Rowe on the wing. Back to McGhee. Catches, fires, and hits. This crowd is into it after these last few moments, I can tell you that. As Liberty pushes its lead to 18, its largest of the night. Pierre Sapou pulls up. Can't get the roll, and Rowe pulls it down. And this crowd will enjoy any miss out of the hand
Oh my goodness.
of Johannes Pierre Sapou.
It's getting fun.
Warfield, he'll take his turn. That one off the mark. Pulled down by Reeves. Central Arkansas needing to find a little offense.
Yeah, and they got to get this guy involved.
Free ball coming. Rims off. Pretty good look there from Cooper.
Yeah. Cooper and Hunter need to kind of support him. Kiersapou scored, and again, the crowd and all that's one thing, but Kiersapou has...
And he fouls Brody Peebles.
He's a little bit... I think Coach Witters needs to just sit him down for just a minute to kind of let him collect his head.
And that's exactly, I think, what's going to happen as he makes his way toward the bench.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do, too. And again, nothing against him, but I think his focus has been taken off of the job at hand. Just a little too over-aggressive. But again, Kiersapou's done some nice things for the Bears.
No doubt.
He needs some help. Hunter's been quiet since he kind of hit the deck hard. Cooper still kind of getting his feet under him.
Reeves hasn't scored in the second half.
Reeves is kind of cooled off. Good D there by Hunter on Rowe. Rowe could not shake him free.
McGhee again. Yes, sir! Darius McGhee with 26.
You know how they say don't poke the bear?
I was just thinking the same thing.
It's not the bear.
The denial.
Wow.
Shallow Robinson came over and swatted it off the glass.
You don't poke Darius McGhee either.
You don't pull on, well, you don't tug on Superman's cage.
That's right.
Yeah. McGhee, who had, was he 1 of 9 from three-point range, has hit his last 2. Flames on an 8-0 run. Cooper being guarded by Van Zandt. Get it back to him. He has not scored. First game of the month, trying to kind of knock the rust off.
Yeah, that's hard. He's trying to create something, do something for his squad, but
Daughtry will try. Can't hit. Offensive boards by Kailu. Lowers the shoulder, clears a little space, and gets it to fall.
Yeah, I like that. That was just a true center move. Get the offensive rebound, one dribble, turn, little baby hook. Nice finish by Kailu.
Porter handles on the wing.
There's that switch again. He had Kailu.
They left Peebles open. Left it long, deflected out of bounds, and they say it will go to Central Arkansas. Quiet night for Brody Peebles. Scores almost 12 points a ball game. That was his first shot attempt of the night. .26 to go, still plenty of time. But you feel like if you're the Bears, you kind of need to start making that move here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, you can't trade baskets. You got to get some stops, and you need a little offensive spark. And if they need it, number 23's got to give them something.
Crawford in the post, lowers the shoulder, goes right into Blake Preston and gets the teardrop to fall. The sophomore out of Stockholm, Sweden. There's some full court pressure shown by the Bears. Porter gets it denied, but able to draw the foul. The contact from Crawford. And it'll get us to the under 12 timeout. Listen, it is physical, it is emotional. It has been a hard-fought A-Sun conference game. (61-44) with 11:44 to go in this ball game. Liberty on top of Central Arkansas. With those last 2 threes by Darius McGhee, he continues his assault on the record book. He now has 3 threes on the night as he continues to make his way. And he's done more than that. We've talked about him getting to the rim, but those last couple threes he hit in the last couple of moments has moved him into a tie now for 5th place on the all-time career list. Tied with Jordan Bohannon, the great player at Iowa.
There's a name you remember.
And within shouting distance or closer of J.J. Redick. We could see that go down even tonight. But everyone chasing Antoine Davis.
That's right.
Everyone keeps saying, oh, you know, could Darius be the all-time leader? Well, probably not. Antoine Davis is still playing, mind you. Today, he hit 11 threes for Detroit Mercy. He now is the career record holder and plans to keep it that way.
And man, I mean, he's like 60 more than Darius. I mean, we see Darius night in and night out and see him just pour those in. Davis at Detroit Mercy, 60 more, unbelievable.
He scored 41 today against Robert Morris on 15 of 26 shooting from the field. So yeah, Antoine Davis can play a little bit too. Let's just, at the Final Four, you know they do the 3-point contest. Let's just go Darius, Davis. You don't need anybody else. Colin Porter at the free throw line trying to add to his total. And he now has a new career high, 15 on the night.
Yeah, very smart play, kind of took it right into the big man Crawford's body. One of those ones where he knew he was sort of outsized. Got himself in a good position where kind of forced the refs to make a call there and give the Flames a couple off the free throw line.
Well, we talked about it at times last year. How the Flames, that one deflected and taken away.
Good hands by Joe Benjamin.
The Flames, if they just had one other person, you knew what Darius was going to give you just on any night, one other person, and it was like, the stats were crazy. One other person in double digits, the Flames, their record was insane, as that one's off the mark. We've seen that here lately, right? Yeah. We saw Shiloh Robinson be that other guy on
Kyle Rhodes,
Brody Peoples, right?
Peoples, certainly.
And tonight, it's been the freshman Colin Porter.
He's got the bigger Shiloh Robinson on him, but then Hunter not looking for the shot.
Crawford fading away. Oh, that is a tough shot. Blake Preston just smiles. He's like, what else am I supposed to do?
Took some body contact, but Crawford, nice little soft touch, 8-foot fader.
Porter gives it up to Robinson. He gets it right back. Now inside. 2 defenders around. Preston powers up through both, lays it in. He's got 10.
Yeah, nice job. Kind of didn't rush it. Collected himself, powered up through both defenders for the finish.
Open look for 3. That goes down. Carl Daughtry Jr. His first buckets of the night.
Yeah, they needed that. Daughtry trying to give him a spark off the bench.
Flames just walking it up the floor, trying to slow this thing down. Now Porter has that one tapped from behind, out of bounds. It will stay with Liberty as the Flames bring McGhee, Rode, and Warfield back into the ball game. And from the booze, you might, yeah, that guy, you might have figured that out too. Kier Sapu is making his way back onto the floor. This is what makes college basketball great.
It really does. It really does.
How many people in this building knew about Ioannis Kiersapu an hour and a half ago?
All the way from Estonia.
Right.
That's right.
Peebles runs right into him. Oh, no whistle. Comes up short and quickly the other way now comes Daughtry. Hunter now lowering the shoulder, going in and laying it off the window.
And there you go. That's that body on display, taking taking a hit, still keeping your balance and composure. Good finish by Hunter.
He went right into the bigger Kyle Rode. Now McGhee through traffic, rising, kicking. Peebles fake the pass. Now will launch and hit.
And that's tough, man. He did a big-time ball fake of the pass, got the defenders moving, regathered himself with a nice finish.
10th three-pointer of the night for the Flames. Now 10 of 24 from deep. At the other end, Hunter unable to answer. McGhee skies for the board.
Yeah,
It is 4th of the game.
I think the Flames would rather have him doing that.
One more time. Could not hit. Fight for the rebound, and a foul goes against Central Arkansas.
Yeah, I think Preston had good rebounding position, and Crawford had to ride him out of there. But yeah, there's Hunter, man, taking some body and finishing. And then penetration. This time he kicks it out. And a great finish by Brody Peebles from the corner.
Rode left alone. He'll launch and hit.
Oh, my.
We say it time and time again, this Flames team, they can explode quickly.
And you don't know who it's going to be.
Right.
They trust each other.
Here's Sapu. Lost it. Now a whistle. And we get Kyle Rode. Did he try to reach in after Sapu got back up? Tough to tell from this angle.
Kind of dove. Kyle Rode kind of dove at it, but
and kind of grabbed the arm.
Wrist,
yep,
yeah.
Good call. And here's Sapu hearing it from the Flames faithful every time he touches the basketball. Directing traffic, 8 on the shot clock. Has the bigger Rode on him, trying to step back, 3 ball. Too strong, offensive rebound for Hunter. Now he's spinning, fading away. Tough look over the top of Warfield.
yeah, you know, last time down, Hunter took that 3, which is really not the best part of his game. Right there is what they need him. Man, he's great, 17 feet and in, and that was a tough turnaround fadeaway.
McGhee sizing it up, letting it go, knocking it down. You can see his eyes on the rim.
And with the smaller Sapu, he didn't have to step back as hard.
Yeah.
He looked way more comfortable on that one, and he drained it.
29 points for Darius McGhee. We told you the 2 leading scorers in the A-Sun. Hunter at one end, McGhee at the other. He and his Flames lead it 74-53. Well, this presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Foster Fuels, Turn Up the Heat, and by Carter Bank and Trust, member FDIC. We told you at the outset, top 2 scorers in the A-Sun Conference, Cameron Hunter, Darius McGhee, Hunter with 14, McGhee with 29. Both those guys such a big part of what their teams look to do offensively. And there you see their average coming in. Kenny Dye, 3rd from Queens. I don't know, under the radar player just because new to the conference, but Flames will get to see them the last 2 games of the regular season. They go home and away with them to close out the schedule. Cooper draws the foul. Porter got up into him.
A little too close.
Yeah, a little too much there.
But didn't that, you were just talking about, you know, both great scorers leading their teams tonight again, but it's supporting cast, you know, and Liberty's had that tonight and a lot of nights. But the Bears have struggled, and I think that's part of their struggles just sort of season long. With those injuries, guys, you don't know who that second guy is going to be, and you need somebody that you can count on night in and night out in this tough conference play. And Cooper, who we just knocked down the free throws, could be that guy.
Yes.
I mean, he scored 10 a game last year, coming back from injury, and it will be interesting a month from now to see, assuming the Bears can get and stay healthy, just how much different this team looks. Because they certainly have talented pieces. McGhee dancing, backpedaling, comes up short, fight for the rebound. That one up and off the shot clock. And it'll go back to the Bears. Preston subbing out, then Zant coming back in. Hunter asks for the basketball, gets it, Van Zant on him, deflects it, again, fighting for it.
Hunter saves it, gets into Reeves, who lost the handle momentarily, out of bounds, and it will stay with the Bears.
Van Zandt's guarding two people out
He
there.
really is.
If there's a ball to be deflected or stolen or
You look at that
guarded,
guy,
he's
Van
on it.
Zandt. He loves trying to lock somebody up on the
he
defensive end.
embraces it.
Not everyone has that kind of mindset, as we see Cooper.
Yeah, nice finish by Cooper, but really nice hesitation. Kind of froze Porter for a second there, but yeah, I mean, you know, again, this Liberty team is built on defense, and Van Zandt is kind of the foundational piece of that.
Feet inside, Robinson lays it in for two. And we check in with Emily.
Yeah, guys, Darius McGhee has said about Van Zandt, anytime he's in the game or just when he's on your team, your chance of winning goes up because he does so many little things that impact the game as far as winning on both ends of the floor. You know, on the offensive end, he said you don't see many guards crashing the offensive glass as hard as he does. Honestly, no guards were allowed that responsibility until he got here.
Yeah, for good reason. He has been given that responsibility. The Flames forced the turnover. That's the 14th of the night on Central Arkansas.
And that's why I wanted to highlight him tonight, because sometimes it gets lost in all the, who's the scoring, and you always hear that about the game. But Van Zandt does a great job. He is every bit a part of this winning program with his defensive mindset and ability.
Porter to McGhee, freed up, open look, knocks it down.
Too open. That's just
32 for McGhee. He scored 34 against the Bears last season. He may top that here tonight. Cooper taking his turn. That one almost banked in as Isaiah Warfield pulls down the rebound. This is, by my count, the 9th career 30-point game now for Darius McGhee. Porter has that one just grabbed. Kylud probably could have just lifted Colin off the floor if he wanted to.
It'll go back to tie up cleanly, so that was a good job by Kylud. But yeah, again, I don't know if that's sort of miscommunication on the Bears. Sometimes they switch, sometimes they don't, but they left Darius McGhee way
not
too
want to leave number 2 open.
Yeah.
Cooper handling the ball. We've seen him be more aggressive offensively here in the second half.
But yeah, use these last minutes. I mean, this game might be a little out of hand, but Cooper needs to kind of use this, get himself back in rhythm, get some shots, and quicker he can get back into kind of playing shape and get his legs back under him, the better.
Robinson hesitated, let it Pierre Sapu fly by, and then lays it in. And that pass up ahead misses everybody.
Yeah, if you hesitate and try to shade out on Darius for even a split second, he and Robinson have had a real connection. Robinson breaking to the basket really fast.
McGhee now with 5 assists on the night.
It just shows you what a great player it is. Like, whichever side he goes, the defender's going to try to shade and get a little help. But his passing ability, Matt, he's led the team in assists certain nights. Great vision.
McGhee with Pierre Sapu on him. Hesitation, crossover, gives it up to Warfield. He snaps that one to Van Zandt, who will launch. Doesn't hit. Warfield fighting for the board, and it will stay with the Flames as it deflected off of B.J. Reeves.
Yeah, Zay Warfield, the only Flame in the paint there, but goes after it hard, gets a hand on it, and deflects it off of the Central Arkansas player to keep possession for the Flames. Defensive play by Zay Warfield.
Brody Peebles just checks in for Liberty. They try to get it to him, and a foul call. That's going to go against Cooper. Listen, you came in as, and you told us all at the beginning of the ball game, don't sleep on Central Arkansas. You have to. You're not just going to roll the ball out and beat this team. You're going to have to play well, and to the Flames' credit, they have done just that. They're shooting 56% from the field this half, over 52% in the game, and they have come alive from beyond the arc in the second half. McGhee can shoot it. He can also find his teammates. fun, physical night of ASUN Conference hoops. Liberty leading Central Arkansas 81-59, just under 4 to play in this ball game. Take a look at what's coming up for these Liberty Flames. Now with the win, if they close it out, assuming they do, move into a 4-way tie atop the conference. And they're ready to hit a tough stretch. You hit the road for back-to-back games in Florida, Jacksonville, North Florida, before coming home and taking on 2 of those teams that are tied with you atop the conference in Stetson and FGCU.
Yeah, and again, it's, we get the luxury of looking ahead like that. But when, getting ready, I know Liberty is getting ready to go down and play a tough Jacksonville team that has shown some real glimpses. They could very well finish on top when this whole thing's over. So take them one at a time, and none of them are easy.
3 off the mark at Jacksonville. One on the road at Jacksonville State today, 68-62. We know that's a program that, much like Liberty, hangs its hat on its defense. Reeves can't connect. Liberty came in ASUN games allowing just 51.6 points per ball game. Locked down defense in conference play. Central Arkansas has had a bit more success than that, but it certainly hasn't been easy. Porter whips it to the corner. McGhee left open again. Doesn't hit, and now a foul, and they're going to get it, I believe, on Cooper as he came down and kind of hit Benzan up around the head. Emily was over there at that Central Arkansas huddle. What's going on, Em?
Yeah, guys, it was a really quiet huddle between the players. No real communication at all before the coaching staff got there. Coach Witters was saying, guys, we're going to keep fighting. Don't look at the score. We just got to keep fighting. Let's go get some stops. I asked him how much head coaching, since he's taken over these head coaching responsibilities, how much experience he's had in that at shoot-around this morning, and really not much at all. So he's learning to be, that calming factor for these guys and bring the energy when he needs it, and really learning to instill belief in these young players.
Yeah, and as we touched on earlier, these guys aren't backing down. So whether it's him instilling that toughness or he and that staff and Coach Boone, certainly when he was there before he had to step aside for his heart problems, like, this is a team that's not going to back down.
That's right, and you got to stay together through the tough times. Like you said, Matt, like, keep fighting, don't splinter. That's the biggest thing. You might take some losses. They've got guys that are injured, head coach is out. If above all anything, keep fighting and stay unified. Then you got a chance.
Foul will send Pierre Sapu to the free throw line. Gets the first one to fall. 13 points on the night for the freshman. And Central Arkansas, you look at their schedule, there's some winnable games coming up. North Alabama, we saw them a couple nights ago, really struggling right now.
Yeah, they got that
back-to-back ball games.
Back-to-back thing that's a part of the ASUN conference.
So if you're Central Arkansas, you say those are 2 games that we have a chance to win and kind of.
And North Florida's, been a little bit inconsistent, so there's 3 that they could really seize if they're playing well and fighting hard.
Kyle Rhodes, 3 ball around and out. That rebound to Jonas Munson, who just checked in for the first time. Daniel in the corner now. Got some first half minutes.
You say that the crowd here at Liberty Arena gets to cheer a lot.
Yeah.
They've really taken to this.
They haven't experienced the booing.
Yes, I think they kind of like it.
We may try this more often. Yeah. Liberty getting set to clear out its bench as the clock ticks its way down to 2 minutes. Foul on the floor.
Munson's got the maybe shoving Blake Preston out of the lane.
Gabriel McKay checking in. Oh, Jonathan Jackson, it's his birthday today. So
yeah, happy birthday, JJ.
Happy birthday. Blake Preston will head to the free throw line, shooting 1-1. Big man with 10 points on the night. I mentioned too, Kyle Rhodes, 5 assists. With those assists, Passes the great Georgie Pacheco Ortiz on the all-time assist list in Liberty history.
Yeah, I mean, which is something in itself. Georgie Pacheco, one of the great ones, but I mean, Kyle doing it from the 4 position.
He came in 4th in the ASUN in assists per game, averaging 4 a contest, and as I mentioned, 5 tonight.
Again, you know, he rebounds, 11 points. I mean, every night, Kyle's just doing what the team needs to have done.
Keeble driving, couldn't finish. Long rebound comes out to Jackson. 10 on the shot clock. Burgraff handles, has a bigger player on. Drive, kicks to Peebles, left open for 3, left it short. And it's Bryson Spell getting the offensive board. So the second unit for the Flames coming in and showing some fight. And now Burgraff takes it to the rim. He can't convert, but draws the foul.
Flames bench, hustling, going after the glass, moving the ball around.
Burgraff, fan favorite, went to high school next door at LCA. Started as a manager on the team, worked his way into a spot on the roster, and he gets the friendly roll there. I can tell you this, one of the most beloved players on this roster. There's not a guy on this team that doesn't absolutely love Steven Burgraff. Such a great attitude he brings to practice every day. And as you touched on throughout the years, people just don't understand how important guys like that are to a program day in and day out.
Yeah, and when your stars are buddies and treat the guys at the end of the bench with love and respect, then you got something special. And that's what you got in this Liberty team.
Daniel leans in, draws the foul, get himself to the line. Emily with more on the aforementioned Steven Burgraff.
Matt, don't let Steven Burgraff fool you. This guy talks some serious trash, I heard, on the disc golf course. These guys are big disc golfers, you know, like when they have some time off. And I mean, I heard he runs his mouth pretty bad.
No, that's true. And that's a spot where he can be out there with Darius McGhee, and he can be the one that talks trash, and as opposed to, you know, in practice where McGhee usually runs things. 1 of 2 at the free throw line for McDaniel. As the Flames look to close this one out, move to 5-1 in ASUN conference play.
Yeah, with that 4-way tie atop the conference.
By the way, Liberty never trailed in this game, and now in 4 ASUN conference home games now, Liberty's trailed for all of just over 3 minutes. So here in this building, they have been downright dominant.
Well, they're getting ready to go on the road.
Shot off the mark. McKay pulls it down, and that should do it. Central Arkansas, I think they learned some things about themselves here tonight. They showed some glimpses. You hope they can get and stay healthy.
Yeah, health is the big thing. Hopefully Elias Cato will get back soon, and a couple other guys that were sick.
But in the end, it's the Flames securing the victory on their home floor and moving to 5-1. So here's a look at the updated ASUN standings. We talked about the logjam at the top. 4 teams, 5-1. It is going to be a battle all season in this conference. And I'll tell you, Liberty hits the road for a couple of big games coming up.
Yeah, that first one with Jacksonville really should be awarded. Again, you mentioned the other ones, 3-3 there. You were still every bit in it. A lot of games ahead. Yeah, we just watched those scores, and it's just
9 teams you feel like can convince themselves we're in this thing, right?
That's right. That's right. And rightfully are.
Well, for Paul Nazigan and Emily Austin, I'm Matt Warner saying so long from Lynchburg, Virginia, where once again the final score is Liberty 82, Central Arkansas 62. Remember, all games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.